Welcome to another Compassion Works for All video. Oftentimes out here in nature, we learn valuable lessons and reminders. And here on the cliffside, looking out over the lake, we're constantly reminded of the differing points of views of all the creatures around us. It's hard as human beings when we look at others and their faces look like ours and their bodies look like ours. It's hard to remember that inside of them they have had completely different lives that have shaped their view of the world. But if we play a little anthropomorphically with the points of view that we see here in nature, where there are so many creatures that come from different perspectives on their lives, we learn a lot just with our imagination. Of course, down there in the water are fish. And then if we look down here at the moss, we'll probably see lots of little bugs crawling around, so tiny that if we walked in there, we might end up accidentally crushing them. And as I've been sitting here on the mountainside this beautiful afternoon, there have been hawks flying by in the sky, and there were even two bald eagles. And of course, their point of view is to look down at this hillside where they see tiny little animals like mice or baby squirrels, baby birds, and of course the little birds, as they walk around in the grass or fly by, they might even see the little bugs in the grass or in the moss. And oftentimes as I'm here, I'll turn around and deer are coming out of the deep woods and walking up the hillside. And those eagles and hawks too are keeping an eagle eye out on the water for fish swimming near the surface. And of course there's turtles in the water looking for bugs and flies, whatever they can catch. Everybody is looking in some way to sustain the life they are living with what they need for their survival. And each of them is looking from a very different point of view. That vast view of the hawks and the eagles, the birds flying through the trees, squirrels scampering amongst the branches, the bugs and caterpillars in the mossy rocks, the deer munching the grass, each of them having a very different different perspective of the world. These little bugs just seeing the tunnels of moss that they're walking through. The deer having this vast view out over the lake. The armadillos slowly thumping along. But if you tried to share one point of view with another species, they would have great difficulty understanding what your vision of the world is all about. The fish, surrounded by water, are immersed in one experience of life. And the eagle, surrounded by sky, has another. And the bug in the moss has another. Not only would they never see eye to eye, they live in such different realms, they can't even begin to conceptualize the world or the experience of the other. And what keeps them fixated in the world they live in? Their innate, deep need to survive, to get what they need for their survival. And although certainly a bit more skilled cognitively, people are still driven by those same deep needs. Needing to survive, needing to get what we need to survive, and totally enculturated by the point of view that was given to them from the time they were born. And for those that come from a very differing point of view, as different as the eagles from the ants, how can they ever see each other's world? We can't expect those that are so different from us to even meet us halfway, much less see eye to eye. So what can we expect and accept about others who see the world differently than us? It's a lesson for us to stretch as far as we can to see their world, because without the open mind that you have as you listen to this video, they have no motivation to see what your world is all about. Thank you for listening. Please watch all of our Compassion Works for All videos at compassionworksforall.org.